Hey friends, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I'm Brett and I so appreciate you being here with me today. I apologize in advance for the slightly different lighting setup. I am loading out some lights to production that I'm working on right now, so hence the different look, but that's not going to stop this review of Sorry to Bother You, which is one of the breakout hits of Sundance 2018. Sorry to Bother You is the writing and directorial debut of Boots Riley, who is this hip-hop recording artist. Essentially, it follows an alternate reality version of Oakland. We are following this guy named Cassius. He's kind of this odd, really safe guy who takes this job at a telemarketing company, and in the telemarketing company he finds himself consistently buried. Nobody listens to him, nobody wants to give him the time of day, so he finds out this magical, I guess, ability to find his white voice, and once he embraces talking like a white guy, that is when he starts to skyrocket in this company. And as he continues to rise, stranger and bizarre things continue to happen, and what follows is a movie that, quite frankly, I did not understand or really enjoy. Okay guys, so I know that many of you are dying to see Sorry to Bother You, so I will do my absolute best to avoid spoilers here. What I can say is that Boots Riley is a very promising filmmaker. He definitely has a keen sense of visual style and an eye for interesting colors and compositions, and I believe that with his music background, he curated the perfect score for this film. It's this off-kilter electronic hip-hop undercurrent that complements the crazy visuals super well. However, where Boots Riley needs some improvement is that he has so many ideas going on in his brain, and he throws them all into this crazy blender, and what ends up is this messy end product that doesn't really say much about anything because it's trying to capture so much. The main themes running along here, in my opinion, are one, postmodern racial politics, how a lot of people don't understand other minority groups, and especially with woke white people that try to be like cool and inclusive with black people or other minority groups but just don't understand it, and they continue to silence people of color's voices, which is a big problem that's still going on today. So you have that element going on. Then within the context of the telemarketing company, you see that there's a obvious class system going on with the hierarchy between bottom level employees not being treated well by the top tier, and then going along those lines you see corporate greed and enslavement to the system. So you see how this corporation is taking advantage of its employees, not giving them a voice, not giving them an identity. The telemarketing company is sort of a microcosm for what's going on in the world today. I appreciate the ideas going on here, but it goes back and forth between all these plot lines, and I feel like Riley struggles to coherently explore each and every one. And let's not forget that at the end of the day, this is a comedy with a sci-fi slant to it because it's alternate reality. It almost has like a little bit of like a Truman Show vibe, a lot of strange things that you just have to accept as reality, but it's just not very funny most of the times. I feel like the breakout here is Armie Hammer. He's the absolute scene stealer as the head of this corporation. He's hilarious and unpredictable, and it seems like Armie Hammer is having a blast here. Boots Riley, he's great with his actors, he's great with his ideas, but the comedy and the themes that he's trying to juggle just never cohere. Some of you guys may have heard that it takes twists and turns for the weirder, and I kind of thought, hey, maybe at the end of this act 2, where it's embracing being this bizarre, weird midnight movie, all of a sudden it's going to improve itself, but instead it falls flat. Had it embraced being truly gonzo and nuts, that would have been great, but it like toys with these really bizarre and radical ideas, and then it fails to stick the landing. So ultimately, I was really disappointed by Sorry to Bother You. I just did not find it that funny. At an hour and 45 minutes, it is over long and feels very long to me, and I was bored except for a handful of scenes that were kind of funny, mostly involving Armie Hammer's character. I think the main thing is I just was disappointed just because I heard so many great things about this movie coming out of Sundance, where people were praising it as the funniest and most original comedy of the year. To me, it was trying so hard to be weird and trying so hard to have a message with humor, and it did not succeed as such. You have this great talented cast, you have these filmmakers of color burgeoning, and they should be able to tell a story like this. I feel like hipsters are going to eat this movie up because it's original and unlike anything else out right now. However, it could have been so much better. It had so much potential to be good, but it's so overstepped. I guess I could sum it up with, in the film, each frame is packed with visual detail. There's so many moving parts in the background and the foreground, side to side, things that are just cluttering the frame literally, and you don't even know where to look. And that's pretty much how I felt the whole time watching this movie. I didn't know how to look at this film. I didn't know how to consume it properly. The ideas just did not cohere, and it was so busy. Had Boots Riley reined it in just a little bit, had he cut back on the running time and maybe streamline the focus on just the racial politics or just corporate greed, it could have been a really phenomenal movie. I'm sorry that I'm in savage mode, but I'm going to give Sorry to Bother You a 3.5 out of 10. This was a major disappointment for me, and I'm sorry because I really wanted to like it. Okay, so now that's it from me. I have to turn it over to you guys. What did you think of Sorry to Bother You? So I know that some of you guys, if you went to Sundance this year, you've already seen it. If you have not, I believe it comes out next weekend in limited release, and then the following weekend it will go wide. So I need you guys to go see it and come back and talk to me about it. Tell me, did you love or did you hate this movie? I know I'm gonna get an onslaught of haters. I always say I love to have an open dialogue about movies. The lovers of it, please come talk to me and let me know why I should change my mind. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. That would be awesome. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys at the movies.